Stop number 24 on the Castrol GTX Cup Series brings us to Michigan Speedway in the 2-mile D-shaped oval in the Irish Hills of Brooklyn, Michigan. As we're here today for the running of the Champion Spark Plug 400, as we're set for 30 laps of action on this racetrack here. The points battle, well, it's looking like a runaway for the moment, but like I said, we've still got plenty of races to go on this season. And we're down to the part of the season where it's called the Road to the Championship. So this is the second stop on this 2-mile racetrack here, and here comes starting for today's running event. On the pole in car number 71, Kev Shearer is on the pole for today's event. He'll be alongside Kyle Matthews in number 42, the winner this season at Rockingham. Row 2 has two-time winner Joshua Osborne. His wins came at the Brickyard 400 as well as at North Wilkesboro. He'll be alongside the Daytona 500 champion Charles Sanford. Third row has car number 3, Cole Deaver in the GM Goodwrench Chevrolet, winner this season at Atlanta and again at Cleveland. He'll be alongside Phil Parker in car number 5. Row number 4 will have Joshua Collard in car 43, and beside him, car number 2, Dylan Young, who won the last race on the tour at Watkins Glen. Going to row number 5 has the championship leader, Levi McIntyre, number 99, the Excite Bears SKF Ford, 5-time winner this season. And he'll be alongside car number 7, Mike Becker in the QBC Ford. Going to row number 6, we'll have Jessica Shelton, number 94, to McDonald's Ford. She is a 3-time winner so far this season. She'll be alongside car number 19, Jesse Turner. Next row down, car number 16, Johnny Gardner, who won the season at Pocono in the Family Channel Prime Star Ford. And car number 20 the Texaco Haviland Ford of Keith Batson is alongside. Batson fresh up a third-place finish at the Glen. Going the next row, actually it's fresh off a 4th-place finish at the Glen. Excuse me on that one. Next row down, we'll have Dylan Poteet in car 22, and a long time outside of him, number 4, it is William Brock. Next row down, we'll have car 23's Ryan George, who won a Coca-Cola 600. Beside him will be Audra Baranowskis in car number 30. Next row down, we'll have Zachary Fitzwater in car 29, and looking for the Michigan sweep, Kat Batson, in car 88. Her wins also came at Talladega and again at Riverside. Next row down, we'll have car number 44, Jonathan Zorlin, and Chelsea Bowles in car 77, who had a nice run at the last race of the tour at the Glen. Next row down, we'll have car 21, Jason Haywood to Sitco Ford, and Becca Tellier in the Valvoline Ford, car number 6. Next row down, we'll have car number 75. It is Quentin Moore, and beside him, number 9, Ashlyn Boyd. Next row down, we'll have car 25, Kyle Langland. Beside him will be car number 8. It is the Circuit City Ford of Glenn Duhit is alongside. Next row down, Preston Dive Bomb City Plord in car 15. And beside him, number 18, it is the car of Paul Minnick. He won the season at Bristol, where we'll be heading to next on the tour for the night race. Next row down, we'll have car number 10, Ryan Acosta, and beside him, number 24, Michael Whitman. Next row down, we'll have car number 90, Jordan Lopez, and beside him will be car number 1, the Hooters Pontiac of Alexander Rowe. Next row down, we'll have car number 81, Nick Baxter in the Square D Ford, and beside him will be number 12, JT Bryant. Next row down, car number 98, Max Anderson is on the inside, and beside him will be car number 11, the Lowe's Ford of Patrick Smith. The Lagacies are in the same row together. Car 33, Al Lagacy, who won at Las Vegas. And he'll be alongside car number 87. It is Jack Lagacy. And the starting shotgun in the field will be Shane Lake in car 17, the Western Auto Parts America Chevrolet. So the field getting set for green flag racing here. It'll be 30 laps of action here. As for now, we'll get the command to fire the engines here in just a few seconds or so. Kev Shearer has not yet won a race this season. In fact, 4 of the top 5 drivers starting in the field have all won a race this season. Kev Shearer is the only one who has not won a race this season. He would like to change that here today at Michigan. Here comes the command to fire him up here at this race.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
So the field's getting set for racing here today. Here in-car cameras today. In fact, both of our front row starters, Kev Shear and Kyle Matthews, will have in-car cameras in today's event. And our third camera will lie inside the car of Cole Deaver. We'll have an in-car camera in today's event as well. So this is going to be an interesting race here today on this 2-mile V-shaped oval. Pole speed for the event, 186.9 miles per hour, almost 187 on this track. I'm about guaranteed they'll probably go 187 or faster when they get in the draft here at this racetrack. I'll guarantee you that. Pace car ducks on the pit road. The green flag is out, and the Champion Spark Plug 400 is underway. And already 3 wide racing here. Cole Deaver moves inside of both Charles Sanford and the 5 car of Phil Parker's to come off the second turn here. Is Kev Shear jumping out to the lead. Second is Kyle Matthews. Third is now Joshua Osborne. And Osborne will move inside. And remember, he comes in as race third in the standings, coming in behind Levi McIntyre and Jessica Shelton. As they come off the fourth corner here, Deaver comes off the fourth turn. He's side by side with Phil Parker, leading the first lap. Oh, it's going to be Shear leading the line. But when we get into turn number 1, it's going to be Kyle Matthews to the lead, the man who won this race a season ago. In the number 42 car, looking for his second victory of the season. Osborne's looking for his third of the season. He won, as I said, at North Wilkesboro and again at the Brickyard 400. And another man looking for his third, Cole Deaver, moves inside of Osborne for a position. The Deaver will be back in that black number 3 next season. For when we do the Cup 98 mod 1995 car set for season 20. And you talk about the points leaders. Well, there they are right there. Levi McIntyre running in 8th. Jessica Shelton running in 9th. And those two have been waging war so far this season here in the middle stages of the season. But now it's the point of the season where the chips are down. You better get on that wheel. As they come off the second turn here, McIntyre and Shelton hooked up in the draft here. And add a third car to the mix. That's Keith Batson in car 28 to the end. So they're looking to follow that train of cars. They come off the fourth quarter now. Shelton will drive underneath of McIntyre, and she is unable to do so for the moment. As they come to start-finish line, and 3 wide racing. Here comes Batson to the inside. Shelton's on the outside. So is Phil Parker on the outside of Dylan Young. Young, who won the last race on the tour at Watkins Glen, the last road race of the season. And back to the lead goes number 71, Kev Shear, out in front. He has been so close to victory a couple times. One in particular at Darlington, where we'll be heading to a couple races from now for the Mountain Dew Southern 500. He almost won that event, got passed in the final lap by Levi McIntyre. And that was one of Levi's 5 wins of the season. On board with Kyle Matthews in car number 42. See how fast he'll come off. See how fast he drives this racetrack. 180 miles an hour off the second turn. As they come down the backstretch into the third turn now. 198 miles an hour in the third turn there. Now go through the third and fourth turns down about 170 miles an hour through 169 miles an hour now. Coming through the third and fourth turns. Now use that draft 185 off the fourth turn. Let's see how fast he goes on the front stretch. 196 miles an hour. 98, 99, 200, 2, 3, 4, 205, 206 miles an hour into turn number 1. And as we said, the draft is so very critical on a track like Michigan, although not here or any other super speedway like Michigan or California or obviously at Daytona or Talladega. And now you watch from the front bumper of Kev Shear's car. So how fast he goes this lap into turn number 1, 199 miles an hour, 202, 203, 4, 205 miles an hour into turn number 1. And Matthews looks inside of Shear for the number 1 spot. He goes down about only 164 miles an hour through the middle of 1 and 2. Now they're side by side between the 71 and 42 cars, and that's allowed the Joshuas to move in the mix now. Osborne in third, Collard in fourth position now. Osborne, a product out of Van Leer, Kentucky. Collard from the Jelly Old UK. Running in fourth position right now. Cole Deaver in fifth. Charles Sanford running in sixth. Levi McIntyre in seventh. Going eighth is Keith Batson, Jessica Shelton ninth, and 10th right now. And for the moment, it's still Parker. We'll actually make that Dylan Young now. Young is in 10th position. Parker in 11th with Jesse Turner running in 12th. And now they're side by side there. Now it's Osborne and Collard, the Joshuas. I thought were side by side for second, but not really. But one man to watch right now, though, moving this way through the field, Cole Deaver in that 3 car. As he's trying to catch a sniff off of the Joshua Collard car, the draft, I should say. Collard and Deaver, for the moment right now, have the fastest laps of the race, both at over 188 miles an hour. In fact, the top 5 cars over 188. He's already closed up on that legendary number 43 right there. And here comes Collard to the inside of Osborne for second. And talk about guys back and forth rides next season, though. Other than Deaver, Collard also will be back with the 43 car as well. And as for the 42, will still be with Kyle Matthews. As we said, Kyle Matthews won this race a season ago. And side by side, Deaver and Kev Shearer for third position. And he's going to, or actually fourth spot, excuse me. Shearer wanted to get that fourth spot back there, but Deaver says, and he takes the spot, and gets the spot back. Meantime, another one moving up through the field right there. Don't look now, but here comes that number 94, Jessica Shelton. Her and Keith Batson both making a charge, but now Shelton's up on the high side. McIntyre looks low on the track here. Shelton can seem to shake off McIntyre. And she wants to gain some points right there. She wants to get back in the championship contention, as does Joshua Osborne, who right now runs ahead of Shelton at the moment. So right now he would right now be second place in the standings coming out of Michigan, I think. He and Shelton very close for that second spot. But right now they're chasing Kyle Matthews up for position. The top 5 cars have broken away. Keith Batson up to 6th position now. Now battle for 7th. Now battle for 8th between Levi McIntyre and Charles Sanford. And Sanford trying to get his way back in the top 10 of the standings right now, coming out of this race at Michigan. As you see, Dylan Young battle there as well as Parker and Turner. Now battle right there going on between Johnny Gardner and Mike Becker. Becker running in the 14th position, looking for 13th now on Gardner as they come out the 4th turn now. Pair of Fords side by side. It looks like Becker's going to take that spot away. Yes, he will take that spot away. So move Mike Becker now at the 13th position. His best run he's had in quite a while. Johnny Gardner, by the way, the winner of this season at Pocono. Jonathan Zorlin leading this pack of cars. He's in 15th position. Dylan Poteet in 16th. Battle for 17th between Jason Haywood, William Brock, and Kat Batson. And the 20th and throw the 23 of Ryan George in that mix as well. The winner of the Coca-Cola 600 at Charlotte this season. Dylan Poteet, meanwhile, looking pretty strong right there. He moves up to 15th position now as he's taking a spot from Zorlin. Now Zorlin fights back on the outside of the track. And meantime, I've got a lead change here also. I think Joshua Collard and Joshua Osborne battling up for position. That's for the lead there. The Joshuas for the number 1 spot now. But Kyle Matthews says, hey, I had that lead and I want it back. And we'll talk about guys looking to win a race for the first time. Joshua Collard's another guy looking to win a race this season. As he's looking for his first win, but now Osborne moves Collard up the track, but Osborne has to back off a little bit. Now Matthews goes with his fellow Pontiac teammate, but Joshua Osborne is going to try to break that up in his Ford. And speaking of Fords, here comes Keith Batson in 28 to the inside. He's been hungry for a win this season. Batson came close to a score over at Watkins Glen, but had himself for 4th place on the last couple of laps of that race. And we got another battle going on here. Kev Shear trying to hold off the challenge of Cole Deaver, Jessica Shelton, Charles Sanford, Dylan Young, and Levi McIntyre. As we look through the field of cars here, there's Quentin Moore now entering the top 20 in this field so far in the 75 car, but he's going to have Ashlyn Boyd pass him here in a minute. Ashlyn, a winner of 2 races last season at the Pepsi 400 at Daytona, and he also won at New Hampshire as well, and that track off the schedule this season. And meantime, look at this, 3 wide to the inside, sounding like Jeff Gordon here. And speaking of Jeff Gordon, there is his car with Michael Whitman driving. Maybe have a spot that there's Whitman right there in 24, as he's now pulled up the back of Zachary Fitzwater in 29. Fitzwater and Whitman both having kind of hit or miss seasons so far. Here in season 19, Fitzwater, of course, has won a few times in this series as well. Fitzy, as some guys would like to call him here, and now we got a battle going on here. Glenn Duhit in the 8 car. He right now is running in 25th as he's trying to hold off this gaggle of cars that involves Ryan Acosta, Audra Baranowskis, and the one of Alexander Rowe, 77 Chelsea Bowles, who had a good run at Watkins Glen, the last race in the Tour. And we got one of the KAB cars behind them. That's Becca Tellier in the 6. And then you got Dive Bomb City himself, Preston Plord in the 15, trying to go underneath Shane Lake. Shane Lake, one of the drivers that's in hot contention for Rookie of the Year for the season. Now Kyle Matthews looks to take the lead from Joshua Osborne. Now Osborne looking to lead his first lap of the day, but Matthews fights back on the outside of the racetrack as we're actually almost getting ready for 10 laps to go. Just about we're at 12 to go now. Just some great racing at Michigan, caution free at the moment. Let's not jinx it right now. Matthews looking to get his second win of the season. He won at Rockingham. And he right now, and talk about top 5 drivers in the points, well, Matthews is one of the drivers in the top 5. He's in 4th place coming into this event after a solid run at the Glen. But Joshua Osborne wants to say something right now about a Matthews win at the moment, as does Joshua Collard, as does Keith Batson, Shearer, Shelton, any of them back there, as the 71 and 94 continue to battle it out. And Shelton again on the high side of the track, as is Charles Sanford. Cole Beaver moves low on the racetrack right now, trying to get a spot from Shelton, who right now rides in 7th. But she better not look now, because here comes the 99 of McIntyre, 3 wide at the line. That's 7th place right there on the screen. Charles Sanford way up in the high side now, and McIntyre shot by both he and Deaver, and Phil Parker's going to do the same in the 5, and he and Deaver get on the lead each other just a little bit. Coming off the second turn here, and down the backstretch they come, 3 wide still. Now Dylan Young's on the outside of the racetrack, and now Jesse Turner's going to get us and says, hey, this is fun, I want to join in. And Mike Becker's going to join in as well in the 7 car. And so with the 16 of Johnny Gardner. So some good racing happening here at Michigan Speedway right now as you go back on board Cole Deaver's car. Deaver rides 9th. He's looking to get his first top 10 point standings in the series. And let's remember, Deaver won a championship in the old in the Advocare Truck Series, the first season there, with that very same paint scheme. Right there ahead of him is Phil Parker in 9th, Deaver running in 10th. And he'll move inside, try to help Charles Sanford out a little bit as they go down through the first and second turns there. And meantime, battle for the lead developing here possibly between Kyle Matthews and Joshua Collard, a pair of Pontiacs in the top 2 spots. Seven laps to go. And don't count out these two drivers just yet. Keith Batson or Kev Shear. Don't count these two out yet. I wouldn't count Osborne and Shelton out just yet neither for the win, possibly. And how bad does Keith Batson want to win his first race of the season? Well, look at him right now. Side by side with Collard for the third and fourth turns now. 43 on the outside, 28 on the low side of the track. But Batson does not have any drafting help at the moment. He might get a sniff of the draft off the 42 of Kyle Matthews. And he's going to have Kev Shear behind him now, but now Shear wants to look inside of Batson. Through the first and second turns they come. Whoa, my goodness. Six laps to go. 5.5 now. And somebody got off the wall just a little bit right there. I don't know who that was. Down the low side, here they come. 3 wide for position. Here comes Shelton in 94 to the inside. She's going to try to get both Kev Shear and Joshua Osborne in one swoop. And here comes Sanford. He thought about going far wide into turn number 2. Whoa, that was close. And Shelton comes out the winner of that battle right there. She's now in 4th. Batson in second, but here comes Collard. He says, "Nuh-uh, I want second back," and he's going to try to go for the win here. And here comes the other Joshua Osborne. He'll go low on Shelton and take that spot back. And Kyle Matthews, meanwhile, says, "I'm loving this here. Keep on battling back there." Matthews won this race last season. Let's remember that with the 29 Hardy's car. He's going to try to get another one. He's going to try to get a second straight Champion Sparkplug 400 victory. It would be a second and 3 in the last 3 at Michigan if he holds on to win this race. But here comes Batson looking low on Collard here, and they're going to try to. All this racing's all well and good. That's one thing, but the other thing is, of course, you go battling back there like you do, and that's going to let the leader pull away. 2 laps to go, or 3 laps to go, excuse me. Collard looking low on, or Collard closing up on Matthews. And now looking low is Joshua Osborne. He and Charles Sanford side by side. Batson now takes 3rd. Shelton, meanwhile, tries to get past Levi McIntyre, trying to gain some points on him in the road to the championship. Collard looks low. 2 laps to go. Here comes Collard for the lead. Joshua Collard. Car 43 to the inside of Matthews for the number 1 spot. He's got it. Joshua Collard, car 43, jumps out in front. It'll be the white flag next time by here at Michigan. Now can Kyle Matthews strike back at Collard? Let's see what happens off the 4th turn now. Who's it going to be in the Champion Sparkplug 400? White flag is out. 1 lap to go. Collard deploys first. 2nd, Matthews. 3rd, Batson. Matthews to the inside of the racetrack here. Collard throws the block. as they come off the second turn now. Matthews holding back just a little bit. Let's see what draft they're going to get on the back stretch. In the third turn, Collard pulls away just a little bit. The Matthews up on the high side of the track here. Batson down low. He and Osborne is going to hook up there, and that's going to be all she wrote right there. Off the fourth turn they come. And it'll be the STP Pontiac car number 43. Joshua Collard wins the Champion Spark Plug 400 at Michigan. So Joshua Collard takes the King Richard Petty 43 to victory lane. Keith Batson is going to come home second. Matthews drops to third as he fell shy. Actually lost second, but actually just lost second. The Batson right at the line. Actually, Joshua Osborne comes home fourth, and Levi McIntyre gets a fifth place run. Charles Stanford 6th, Jessica Shelton 7th, 8th will go to Dylan Young, 9th Phil Parker, and Kev Shear, the pole sitter, will end up finishing in 10th. But a big win for the number 43 STP Pontiac. Joshua Collard, averaging 185.221, gets the win here today at Michigan. Excuse me. 24 in the books on the season here. The rest of the finishing order. The rest of the top 20. Jesse Turner finishes 11th. Cole Deaver, Mike Becker, Johnny Gardner, Dylan Poteet, William Brock, Michael Whitman, Quentin Moore, Jason Haywood, and Jonathan Zorlin in the top 20 in today's event. Then it's Ashlyn Boyd, Kat Batson, Glenn Duhit, Kyle Langland in 24th, Chelsea Bowles 25th, Audra Baranowskis, Ryan Acosta, Alexander Rowe, Nick Baxter, and Zachary Fitzwater to top 30. Then the rest of the finishing order here today, Ryan George, Preston Plord, Shane Lake, Becca Tellier, Paul Minnick, Jack Lagacy, Jordan Lopez, JT Bryant, Max Anderson, Patrick Smith, and Al Lagacy, the last of the finishers. But so a great day here today at Michigan Speedway, and the win goes to Joshua Collard, his first of the season. He becomes the 14th different winner here this season in the Castrol GTX Cup Series. And great to see the King Richard Petty 43 back in victory lane here, especially at a track like Michigan. So that's going to be it for Michigan Speedway. The next race on the tour will be the always fun, always dramatic, and always exciting Irwin Tools 500, the night race at Bristol, Tennessee. Here's where we'll be at next on the season. If you like what you see here, be sure to subscribe to the NNSCRA Sports and Gaming channel. You got everything on the channel. In our races, gaming videos, whatever the president of the NNSCRA South Dakota desires for this channel, you name it, we got it, and it's all here in the NNSCRA. So that's good. So and please be sure to check out Seth's Tax Slayer Truck Series, Pizza Hut X Series, and Hershey's Cup Series. Please be sure to check those races out. And I'll guarantee you you'll not regret checking those races out at all. So that's it for Michigan Speedway. Congratulations again to Joshua Collard, the winner of the Champion Spark Plug 400 at Michigan Speedway. For now, this is James Qualls, the production of the NNSCRA. Offline racing at its best.